All right, here we go. Number 8. Identify the given potential side lengths as they do make a triangle or they don't make a triangle. All right, so how do we do these problems? You take the two smaller ones, add them together, so 3 and 5, right? So 3 plus 5 equals 8, and 8 is bigger than 7. That means the two longer sides add up to be, or the two shorter sides add up to be greater than the longer side. So that means we have a triangle, right? Because if you had a tent, here's the base, this is where you're sleeping. The amount of material it would take to get over the top of you and back down to the other side of you is going to be more material than the material, than the base, than the floor, right? So the length up to the peak and down to the side is longer than just straight across from point to point. So this is a yes. Okay. Yes. This one makes a triangle. 2.4 and 5.7. Those two added together equal, let's see, 8.1. So this is a yes. So 2.4 plus 5.7 equal 8.1, which is greater than 7.9. So this is another yes. All right. 5, 7, 13 is a no. 5, 17. 5, 7, 13. I hope I didn't say 17. 5, 7, 13 is a no because when you add 5 and 7 together, you get 12. You're supposed to get greater than 13. 3.1, 3.1 equals 6.2. Oh, okay. So this one is a yes because it's slightly bigger than 6.1. So yes on this one, right? Because you get 6.2 when you add these two together. 6.2, bigger than 6.1. 14.23, 18.23. Ooh, this one might be a little bit more difficult. If we add these two together, we're going to get like 32.46. Definitely less than this guy. So this is a no. Two shorter sides have to add to be greater than the third side. Number 9. What is the possible range for the length of side LM? Well, you add 7 and 19 together and you get 26. So let's go 26 right here. Because if this side right here was allowed to swing out here and you put the 7 going in this direction, if it was laying just completely in line with this 19, meaning a 180-degree angle, that would add up to be 26. It can't be in a straight line and make a triangle, so this would have to kind of come back a little bit, right? So you have to have like your 7 over here, which makes it a little bit less than 26. If the 7 was to swing down here and come really super close to being like right there, right? You have like a little tiny 7, and then you'd have to know what this piece is over here, right? This is the question mark. Well, if you subtract the two, so 19 minus 7, that would give you 12. So 12, the side has to be between 12 long and 26 long. So this came from 19 plus 7. This comes from 19 minus 7. All right. If you want more explanation on that, if we line it up like 7, 19, how big could the biggest side be? Well, 7 and 19 have to add up, right? The two shorter legs have to add up to be bigger than the other side. Shouldn't call them legs, but 7 plus 19 equals 26. So the biggest this side could be is like 25.999999, right? So what we say is it's got to be less than 26, right? That's what we're saying. If it was 26, it wouldn't make a triangle. All right, that's why they've got the less than symbol right there. How do the lengths of JK and LM compare? Meaning what's the same or what's different about them? Okay, well, JK right here is across from the smaller angle than LM. So LM is longer and this one is shorter than this one over here. So we got to make sure we put the inequality sign the right way. So we're saying JK is less than LM, right? So the little pointy part points toward the shorter side. This is the shorter piece, and this is the longer piece. If you get a little turned around on the test with inequalities, you can just put that down, shorter, longer, and then take a guess at your inequality. You're going to get some partial credit because you know what the concept is. You're just struggling with the inequality sign. I think you guys will be fine. What is the range of possible values for X? Okay. These are a little tricky, right? So one of the deals with the hinge theorem is you have to have two congruent sides, like this one's congruent to that one, and this side obviously is the same in both triangles. Or two triangles are attached to each other; they're adjacent to each other. So that means that this piece has to be equal by the reflexive property. And so that means the hinge theorem can be applied. So in other words, here's the shorter side. That must be the shorter angle or the smaller angle. So this one's smaller, and this one is greater than, right? So this is the greater than one over here. Greater than side. Okay, this is the smaller than side. Okay, or smaller than angle. So what does that mean? Well, 11x minus 4 has to be less than 84. And now we got to solve this inequality. So I add 4 to both sides. Okay, add 4 and I get 88 on the right side. And then I've got 11x over here. And if I divide by 11, I get 8. So x has to be less than 8. Now, wait a minute. It says, what is the range of possible values for x? Oh, okay. So I'm with you here. So we got x is less than 8. But this has to be something. Like 11x minus 4 can't be 0 because we got an angle there. I can see it. 11x minus 4 has to be greater than 0. So if I add 4 to the other side, I get 11x has to be greater than positive 4. I divide by 11, x has to be greater than 4 elevenths. I know that's a weird number, but that's the best I can do. So x has got to be greater than 4 elevenths. This is the best way probably to write your inequality down. All right, how we doing? Hopefully we're doing okay. Hopefully you're still hanging with me here. There is a number 12 right up here. Let's zoom in on number 12. It says Julia and Leo are mapping out the positions of building in a certain area. Julia and Leo start at the same spot. Okay, let's put a spot down. That's where they're starting. Okay, let's label it. That's the start. And it says Julia walks 56 yards due east. Okay, so remember, let's put a little compass down here. This is north on the paper. You go straight up. You go straight down. That's south. And then if you go to the right, that's east. And if you go to the left, that's west. That's like traditional north up compass on a map. All right. So it says she goes due east 56 yards. Here we go. Right over to here. I'm going to put a 56 on there. Then it says she turns 90 degrees north of east. Now, somebody was kind of like, what? That means she's just going north. If she turns 90 degrees, and how far does she go? 40 yards. So she goes about 40. She does exactly 40 yards. And so let me just kind of show you what I'm talking about. Like she was going that direction, but she just turned 90 degrees up here, right? So that's 90 degrees. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the interior angle. This one's on the exterior. I'm going to put 90 over here also, right? I mean, because they have to add up to be 180 degrees. So I'm going to mark with a little right angle symbol. All right, that's where Julia is standing. So let's put over here. This is Julia's distance to the starting spot. Let's do the other person. Leo walks 56 yards due west, completely the opposite direction, right? So try to make that look straight. My pen's wiggling a little bit. 56, okay? And then Leo turns 45 degrees north of west. So 45 might look like that, I think, and goes 40 yards, okay? So let's put 40 right here. And let's see, they said 45 degree turn, right? So that's an exterior angle, 45 degrees. That means that this angle in here is 135 degrees. And we'll put Leo in blue. Let's see here. Hopefully I can get a straight looking line there. So this is Leo. All right. At this point, who is closer to the starting point? Duh. Hopefully it's a duh for you. Like you're like, well, of course Julia is, because look, she went like turned 90 degrees. She's going straight this way, but Leo's kind of turned only at 45 degrees. So he's kind of getting further and further away from the starting point back here, right? So at this point, who is closer to the starting point? I'm just going to reread that again one more time. Julia is, because of the hinge theorem, being that the interior angle here is 90 degrees and the interior angle for Leo is 135 degrees. So that means that the smaller side is across from the smaller angle. All right. I mean, if you need a mathematical reason for that. Anyways, the drawing is going to be really important on the test. I'm just going to change some numbers in here. Hopefully that all sits with you guys okay, and that you're feeling pretty good about the test tomorrow. Thanks for watching my video.